Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hello everyone, how are you all today? I've got some biscuits here. We're gonna get ready. Who's ready for the beginning of the second episode, The Stolen Turnabout? Part 2, The Trial. We're finally meeting who the main and pseudo-antagonist is of this entire game. I mean, they're just doing their job. Sure, they're antagonistic towards Phoenix Wright, but then again, Phoenix Wright is just incredibly easy to be antagonistic against. October 13th, 9:36 AM. District Court, Defendant's Lobby, number 4. One sec, I got biscuit in my mouth now. Oh. Hey, Nick! What is it? Something wrong? But did you see all the crazy all the people here? It's crazy! Oh, so check this out. The mask glossary I bought. You bought this? Where? From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. Including, but not just, R18 plus hentai of Damask. You know I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. You're a sucker for a lot of stuff. Master mask publicity photo stuck into the court record. Come on, I'm guilty. Throw the book at me. Who's that screaming like that? It's who do you fucking think it is, pal? Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did, but that doesn't look like things are gonna get any less ugly for you. No, sir. Oh, thank God. Okay, there we go. I thought it was just massively delayed, but I did it. I'm the criminal. Me. Oh, I have just realized something. There's a top corner. I forgot to turn off something. Nah, I'm not even gonna bother counting perjury count. I should count the judge, how much of a simp the judge actually is, though. Ugh, he's at it again. Yeah, he really need to work on that self-esteem and like maybe if you think you are guilty. I sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor. I admit it, but you don't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally when I say, of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you, yikes. Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. So make sure they give me a guilty verdict, please. Okay. Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie. Oh, Bessie, honey. Bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this. Leave it to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. He has like 16 explosives just for the judge. The beef is me. Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. Is that right? If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross. Oh God, she's gonna kill Nick. She's gonna be killing all Phoenix Wright if he's found guilty. Why are you smiling when you say that? Because she's gonna explode. She's gonna kill you. Well, if you need me, I've got some errands to run. I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck. Why is she not in the bloody To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is mask demask or not. But there's only one thing I am sure of. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now. Mr. Delight. It's time for you to enter the courthouse. For the time being, I guess I have to trust his ear. Cause she's the thief. October 13th, 10 AM, District Courtroom. Number 6. Oh, Mr. Cyborg Man. Courtroom is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to... What is the question? What did you say? Fine. Let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Valid question. Surprisingly. Sure, it's to showcase that he is like a no-nonsense sort of he's an arrogant individual. But for this judge, that is a valid question. Are you ready to pass judgment? What? No, I'm what? I will pass judgment after the arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't be expecting others to be. That's our rule to live by. I don't. He seems. Who are you? I am Godot. I am a legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case. Fuck. I love this man's theme. Oh my god. Damn, it's so funky. Ah, he's the one that the detective at me was talking about. Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far? Ah, none. What did you say? I've never prosecuted a case before. Never? But you said you've never... I mean, that is true. Exactly. I've never lost. I've never won before either. Quite arrogant for a beginner, even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as a mere sapling. Yes, but a mask in a court of law? Ah, don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces or over our hearts. Fuck, I love this theme. Holy shit. This guy is real deal, alright, Nick. Why does he seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? They're all wacky casts of characters. So we finally meet Mr. Phoenix Wright? Nick, is he a friend of yours? No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Who is this masked man? He's your father. I've returned to depths of hell to do battle with you. Well then, Prosecutor Gobo? It's not Gobo. It's Godot, Your Honor. Or Godot. In any case, please give your opening statement. Opening statement, those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite. What is it? What is it? Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as the weakest link? I wonder, how much can you withstand before you and your case break into? He is definitely, like, really attracted onto that mask. That is a given. Well then, let's hear from the first witness. My name is... No one has asked your name, witness. Ugh. Why does everyone be so... The important thing is what you know, that's all. Start talking. We're listening. He is very straight to the point. Alright, witness. First, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Master Mask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling cards before he even commits the crime because he's a phantom thief. That is actually... Or he's like a master thief. This was his fifth heist, and as usual, he sent a card onto Lordly Taylor. His pattern is always to go after the most precious art pieces. That's why we were sure it was Damask, sir. It fits his MO to a T, except for the fact that it has no price. So then, the actual identity of Master Mask is... Mr. Godot? What are you... Where the fuck did this coffee come from? We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Godot. Blacker than the moonlight. Hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. Man, this man is sexy. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please proceed. Very well, it's only coffee after all. Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Well, Nick, what are you gonna do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Wright's identity, all we have to do is show that it wasn't Master Mask who stole the urn. Alright. Master Mask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning? Yep, nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true. I'm a Zavari, author on thieves. An author? He's written books before? I think he's probably meant to say authority. The fact is that this guy can slip through even my fingers, shows how good he is. A lot of people slip through your fingers, Gumshoe. He's so easy. It's easy when those fingers happen to be butterfingers. So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh? You got it, pal, except for the thief's mom, that is. They don't have a mom. But there isn't someone who knows even more about him than the police? You don't mean Detective Zavari, do you? Who is this person, Zavari? He sounds German. His name is Look at Me, sir. I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him. What the heck? I guess he's not all that famous after all. Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the lost item the thief stole, cause he is the thief. Oh, I see. His name is Look at Me. Oh, I see. It seems you're not the expert you claim to be. Ugh. It looks like the thief is toying with me, even now. He's so confident that he sends his calling cards before he commits the crime. Hold it. Have you seen all these so-called calling cards? All I have, except the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police. But I didn't see the one until after the crime occurred. Because Detective Atme stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police. Was the calling card that Loyally Taylor received authentic? Well, all cards have one thing in common. Have one common identifying feature. But we're not releasing that information to the general public. But you're absolutely certain that this card is real? Gumshoe can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about the masked emblem. This was his 5th hive, and as usual, he sent a calling card to Loyally Taylor. Like, why, if he's not stealing from Loyally Taylor, why would he send 4 other cards? Seems a bit ridiculous if you ask me. Objection, pal. That ain't fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times. This last time wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time. You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Dick Gumshoe. I just want everyone here in the courthouse to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, do not call some stupid private eye. Call your local police department right away. Got me? Wow, it looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atme. I mean, of course he does. Detective Atme just seems like an arsehole. His pattern is always to go after the most precious art pieces, but the thing has absolutely no price. Art pieces, like what, for example? Well, his first target was the famous tear of Emanon. Some kind of especially salty teardrop. No, sir, it's a blue diamond. A single, rare diamond. Next was the crown of Bongora. You know, the thing you place on top of their head, okay. After that, it was the left hand of Hades. And then the portrait of Magina? Detective Atme retrieved the portrait of Magina and returned it to the museum. And the target of his 5th right was a sacred urn. But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous... Well, we assume he must have some underworld connections. Somehow, Mr. Delight doesn't look like the type to have underworld connection. He's a little too sunny hanging out in the underworld. That's why we were sure it fits his MO to the T. Then what do you say it fits his MO to a T? I was thinking of asking the same thing myself. Ugh, could you listen a little bit more closely? First off, there's a calling card. We're 100% certain it's authentic. Then there's the fact that he seems to know a lot all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi. And so, since this robbery seems to fit all those conditions, that's right, it means that the Mask to Mask is behind it. Nick, definitely looks like Mask to Mask who stole the urn. No, it doesn't. But there's no real evidence that it was whether Ron Delight is, because he runs the light. Also, dear Delight. Also, the urn hasn't come up yet, let alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself. So even though we know it was Mask to Mask that did it, maybe for the time being, I should try and show it wasn't Mask to Mask that did it. Mask de Mask. Okay. I think it's this green thing tells me it wasn't actually... No, actually. Camera data... supposedly has no monetary value. Objection, Your Honor! Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe? If that is your real name. Just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous. He said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right? That's right, pal. There's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposed priceless urn doesn't exactly rise up to the level of precious art. What do you mean? Nick, how could you say such a terrible thing? No, I mean from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price. Well, Prosecutor Godot, what is the value of that urn? Appraisers I spoke to say they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense. So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Damask would normally go for. Ugh! If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the thief of the sacred urn was not the work of Mask to Mask. Yes, that is what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but, well, first of all, we need to get to this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Mask to Mask or not? What do you say about this, Mr. Godot? Where's the theme song? It's coffee here. It's my own special blend. I call it Godot number 107. 107. Godot 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got my mind on right now. Mr. Trite? What? You really are a man. You should clean up your own mess. I'm sorry, but I don't get what you mean. If you're saying that it wasn't a Mask to Mask that stole the urn, then it must be someone imitating Mask to Mask's methods. A fake. A fake Mask to Mask? Fake to Mask? It sounds ridiculous, but I like it. Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof. Right. Proof that the person who appeared was in fact a fake. I do believe that Mr. Godot's behavior. I don't approve of Mr. Godot's behavior, but his point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting. I need to prove that the person at Lordly Taylor might be that night was in fact fake Damask. Okay. Wait. Ah. Huh. It's got something to do with that big red face there, but I just don't know which one to present. A prosecutor who's shrouded in mystery. He seems to know me somehow. Because he is you from the future. Nah, this... Taken by a security camera. But if you look at that, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Okay, what's this? Ha. Well then, why don't I shoot you? Right here, of course. You mean mask to mask? Here is a piece of reference I would like the court to have a look at. Isn't that the publicity photo I brought this morning? Yeah, apparently it was actually relevant. The problem I have with the security photo is the brooch on Damask's chest. A breach? Here? Bailiff, get my steed. We need to retreat at once. What the fuck, George? A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on. A clasp, eh? Ah, I see now. But mask to mask in the security camera photo. Ah, he has no brooch. That brooch is the same as the emblem on Damask's calling card and serves as his emblem. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this mask Damask is a fake. Ah, I've been fooled again! Order. It's true. Undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked this? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I... Hey now. If you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too. God damn this man. Oofed. Mr. Godo, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch? Ha! Brooch you were talking about? You mean this? Ah. That's Damask's brooch. Where did you find it? I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Ah, I mean an Amy Faye statue. Why didn't you tell me about that, sir? I've always put evidence in my pocket. That's not a good thing. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. Ah, no. Fucking... what's his name? Bloody... murderer from the first game. Von Karma. Von Karma stole it right out of people's pockets. This guy is one cool customer. It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left little Hickey? Figuratively speaking. Of course. I'm referring to Ron Delight's fingerprints. What? What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch? Oh wow, he caught us in a mousetrap. Order in the court. Mr. Godot, let's see that brooch. I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Good care of her. This man is such a cool customer, but I mean, it appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back. Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Uh-oh, Phoenix, we have a problem. Masked brooch has been added to the courtroom record. Ha, you mess with the Godot. You get the coffee. And you get burned. He's been playing me like a violin. He's pretty good. Well, Judge, I'm ready to call my next witness. Huh? You done with me? But I haven't proven anything yet. Proving your own incompetence. That's good enough. God damn. Everyone's roasting him. It's not a court case without some roasting of bloody dick gumshoe, is it? It's not, sorry. Bailiff, bring in the next witness to the courtroom. Finally, it's time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh? Look at me. 1 second. 1 second is one drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up. Man, he's silencieux. Now I see, Lois. It's becoming clear. What's becoming clear? The body. The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor, a coffee maniac at that. Am I correct? Well, yes, that's right. You're in a courthouse, being a witness, so chances are there's a judge in the room. Ha, not bad at all. The first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil. You're the first person to ever be able to penetrate my secret veil. Ugh. Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Look at me! Ace Detective and Rising Star illuminating the heavens. Boy, these two make a perfect pair. Actually, one seems very sarcastic, the other one is actually tone deaf. They'd either be the best of friends or tear each other's heads off. I've heard that on the night of the crime you were alone on security detail. You've heard correctly. My specialty made monocle is worth more than 100 detective gumshoes. If the detective was worth anything, that is. If it was worth something, you could be worth $1. Where was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason, I'm sure of it. Let's actually save as well, by the way, before I forget. Well then tell us your special monocle, what this special monocle was witnessed. What I witnessed. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning. Just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Mask the Mask, danced descendedly upon me. As I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used the emergency phone to notify the police. It sounds like you did a pretty shit job of defending that. But, well, anyway. So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal. My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my visual range. But of course, that's only natural. I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening. I don't know, I've heard other people being proud of things a lot worse. Well, sir, old-timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but with the king of thieves, the great Mask the Mask, my arch enemy. Wouldn't Nemesis have been fitting there? And that's what my instinct and years of experience tell me. Very well, proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. And I really need to... What I witnessed. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, date change. Alright, yeah, let's do it. Oh, God damn it. There you go. So that would be 1 o'clock in the morning, on the 12th, correct? That's an impressive deduction, so, like, I mean, we have the evidence here, my friend. You're on security detail that night. Where exactly were you at the time? A penetrating question. I was in the basement warehouse near the computer. Near the computer, huh? So you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it. Up to this point, I've tried to remain concealed while waiting for the Yeah, he said the same thing yesterday, too. I'm sure he said that they never spotted the thief at the crime scene. Precisely. That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief. It looks like the thief was applying the pressure. Oh, your pigeony head, that is. On your pigeony head. Oh, in any case. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Masked Mask dancingly descended upon me. Dancingly descended? From where exactly? Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else? In actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone please save me. Jesus. How is it that you didn't notice the thief? My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow, while my ears were listening for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. I can only be due to his subtly camouflaged cape and soft sole shoes. I hereby dub you Ace Dunce. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a blow upon my noble head. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened. Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask, that is all I can recall. That's not very solid as far as evidence goes, however. Fortunately, I had a third monocle, the security camera, ready. It captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe. Well, as long as the photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have a problem with the photo? Not at all. It helps my case. Good. Let's continue with the testimony. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awake, he was gone. Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing. That certainly is some very impressive detective work. Well, Sir Lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? Huh? Well, actually, yes. By a fire extinguisher. And what happened? I lost my memory. I was knocked out. And you lost your memory, too. See? You don't have a right to look down on me then, do you? He's never been... The reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with. No you don't. You really do not. You have like 3 brain cells fighting for 2nd place. No, 2 brain cells fighting for 3rd place. That's the way it goes. He may have brains, but wiring self-reflection part seems to be severed. In any case, I was knocked unconscious, knocked senseless, and then... 30 minutes later, I used the emergency phone to notify the police. Was that true? About 30 minutes? My silver cord loosened up, and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium. As usual, I have no idea what this guy's saying. I think he's saying that he was not out cold. So, what happened during these 30 minutes? No one can say it, Your Honor. That span of time has truly vanished into the ether. What is he going on about? There's something suspicious about Detective Atney. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in? Also, he's saying he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. That can't be right. It contradicts the evidence. Which piece? Real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? Before he could land a single strike. Objection. Mr. Atme. I'll have no more. Could you take a look at this special with that special monocle of yours? Aha, this belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Masked Mask. It is, point of fact, Masked Mask's brooch. Sure is, my friend. Sure is. Congratulations. Well, there you're a... Oh, cookie. It was found at the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough. Not quite. Clearly has signs of being ripped off a piece of clothing. Ripped off? Aha! We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. And that's the only thing I could think of. And there's only one person that was in the position to have struggled with the thief. The only person on the security detail that night. You, Detective Atme! Ugh! Detective Acme, you must have fought with a thief that night. So why did you lie in your testimony to the court? Witness, giving false testimony is the serious... We finally have someone calling into account perjury! No. Wait just a moment, sir, old timer. Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home. You should be living in a nursing home, though. I just remembered, Your Honor. I was confused by because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. True measure of a man is the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, right? Isn't that right? Talk too much. Witness, so what are you saying, that you and the thief fought? Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor. Excuse me? Save the big questions. Testimony. That's one of my rules. Indeed, I understand. Look at me, completely agree. Fight with the thief. Indeed, it is true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, look at me cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman only fights with his fists. No, they fight with rapiers. But they were not enough. His fist struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote. So in the end, you didn't catch a glimpse of Master Mo. You did catch a glimpse. Correct. Then why'd you lie? It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that because of that, my memory is a bit jumbled, per se. Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which tone of testimony goes case. That's just because you're senile. That can't be good. Yeah, there we go. I'm bigger now. Yeah. There we go. Fight with the thief. It is true that I looked away for a brief moment. So why did you look away from the door? In addition to the camera, I had prepared a variety of sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had checked the data. That is why I went to the computer. Elegantly, of course. You were momentarily vulnerable when you went to the computer. About the sensor. What kind of sensors are you talking about? There are some other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioning ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. I hooked up heat-detecting infrared and ultraviolet sensors on each of them. That's a lot of hardware. Was it all yours? Laura the Taylor department store was kind enough to provide the monitoring hardware. Naturally, the security camera, it was the security camera that took the photo belongs to them as well. In other words, he couldn't have brought the equipment, huh? Has this cleared up any doubts you had about me, Sir Lawyer? No. However, to conduct me, it cannot be so easily discombobulated. Hold it. What does that mean, discombobulated? Young people these days really irritate me. I hate this judge. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean. Discombobulation. What does that mean exactly? Now I've forgotten. What was I saying? He's actually senile. It's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Yeah, I agree. Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and... What do you mean, weapon from the side? Actually, the thief had no idea that look at me, was hiding in the area. So he grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door. Warehouse. Sword. You mean the sword that was all twisted up like a tree branch? Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp. It still could kill a person. Okay. Talking about the Shichishinto. Shichishinto. So the thief armed himself with a sword. You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities? But of course, in college I was second in charge of the boxing club. I'm sorry, I failed to find that appropriately impressive. However, my opponent in this ring was my arch nemesis, Mask to Mask. That is a real piece of work, ain't he? His first blow struck 2, bam, and that's all she wrote. Can you tell us a little bit more about what happened? My opponent was powerful and victorious. You might say he was powerous. Powerful? I figured the at-me fighting stance, but sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me. But blinded? I was blinded in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of Amy Faye, I'm guessing. Well, that wasn't very helpful at all, was it? Well, what do you think, Nick? Well, I'm absolutely sure of one thing now. Just look at me, he's definitely hiding something. I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the nature of this detective. I mean, he still hasn't. But our true friends grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. Knocked on crime out, blow to the back of the. Grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. Okay. Ah, failed. I'm gonna say. Oh, okay. Gonna have to panel. Okay, yes. Okay. Okay, so let's go from here. Godot, I have no idea. Sorry, Butts is 25. 19. 70 or something. Okay. Okay, we're getting this. Academy fighting style. Okay, he's definitely lying, but I just gotta figure out. Okay. Okay. From the side and rendered me senseless. Nah, okay, failed again. Okay. Flying somehow, but I still have yet to figure out where. Keycard, Ron's wallet, blackmail letter, security photo, Shishin thought, black of the head. So why do you look at sensors about the computer? Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. That was specially designed by me. Look at me. In that case... What's wrong, sir, lawyer? Is that much safe in your fighting it? Okay, here we go. At me finding strand. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. Huh. Detective at me. The testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What is this, Sir Lawyer? What fun this is, Sir Lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. No, the coward must have wormed his way through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this item here. From behind, huh? Just now you testified that he struck your forehead. I hardly think you could forget where your head was hit. I made another mistake. Detective at me, that's not the only strange part of your testimony. What do you mean by that? For example, the fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It almost sounds like you were afraid they were going to help with security. Arg! Such geniuses such as I have always been misunderstood. How sad. That's wrong. Oh damn, he has a sexy voice. To err is human, to forget divine. Humans aren't machines, they have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes. Yes. Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that. Really? Then what is it then? Always chase down the riddle to the end, that's why I rule. It might just be my chance to turn things around. Right, very well. Your Honor? The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. It's actually the identity of... Yikes! Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? There are too many unnatural parts of Mr. Atmy's story. He says he was hiding at the scene of the crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up the clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at... No, sorry. No, you can't get away with that. Oh, please. The simple explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atomy. The truth is that you are, in fact, masked a mask. Yikes! But right, this photo, it clearly shows Master Mask. The security he shouldn't have been able to manipulate. He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn. So then the ace detective is actually the ace thief? Is this true, witness? Aha! Mask's demo is pure genius, and so am I. Look at me, ace detective. You're very clever to come to such conclusion. I'm impressed, Sir Lawyer. What? Witness, you're admitting it? Hey, now's your chance. Yes. Hey, Detective at me. When you assume... that's assault. Gotta blend number 2, my personal favorite. Number 102. Mr. Godot. The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. Mr. Godot, has Mr. Godot. Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I am inclined to believe them. I will admit that my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of the whole cloth, but it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt. Mr. Wright, but if the detective really is a thief, then show us proof of your claim. Mr. Wright, well, Mr. Wright doesn't understand that this courtroom would like... Look at me. The device? Camera went off once at 1 AM on the night of the crime. I don't think we actually have found this. But anyway, save just in case. Ha! Just what I thought. Our man has to hold his head high no matter what. I go to the guys. Don't give up, Nick. But are you gonna give up and lose like this? So you've come to the senses, have you, lawyer? It seems that the cloud of suspicion has listed Godot. Hold it. What? Who? Who are you? That doesn't really matter now, does it, dearie? Mr. Light, what are you doing here? Nicky boy! Thing you've been looking for. I think I found it. You mean that bag? No, not the bag, silly. Well, what's in the bag? Well, hang on. That's been fixed. The sacred urn, Nick. It's the urn. Order, you, madame. That urn, where did you find it? You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants, ace detective. Look at me. Fuck me, man. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, Desi, you're the best! Sacred Urn has been updated, has pink splotches all over it. Well, how do you explain that one, Miss Atme? Are you even gonna have a hard time? Objection. Ha, pathetic. Yes, Your Honor. How... In the olden days, a man would be taken at his word. It's truly sad. Well, you're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved? Forecasting assertions on... Consider the young lady here. Your name is Desire. Desire Delight, is that correct? Yes, what about it? Ha, how charming. The length that a woman was willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. What are you insinuating? The wife of the criminal could have discovered the urn anywhere, including the office of the good detective here. You found the urn? What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove the urn was there before you found it. What? I just bought it from the detective's office. Please, madame, this town is already filled to the brim with lies. Anymore, it could only compound the tragedy that we have to. Wrong. I could never do such a thing. Please, Nicky boy. There must be somewhere. What's wrong? Got something to do with it, Nick. Right, I remember doing that. Hard, round, and smooth. It must have been the urn, but I never actually saw it with my own eyes. Atme walked in just about to look. So even if it was the urn, I can't testify what was in there. Ha! That looks like... There are fingerprints on the urn. Why, the fingerprints on it? Oh, how come? Are you really making me laugh? Lawyer, fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, perfectly understands if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I always have a habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be on anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? Yes. Right. The defense poses that this person's fingerprints should be on the urn. Let me give one. Okay. I mean, her fingerprints should be on that urn. So what's this all this fuss? What is... Look at Mr. Ashme. You recall the events of yesterday? Hey, Nick. Come on. Open it up. Hey, wait a minute. We can't just open up his private property. Oh, don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what is in there? Hang on a sec. Taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth. Well, hello there. It should have my fingerprints on it. There's a chance I didn't get to look in the bag at the time, but I did touch what was inside. What? You touched it? I remember doing it very well. It was smooth and hard. Well, that was just... Your Honor, I would like the courtroom to examine the fingerprints on that urn. My fingerprints are on there, and that proves that the urn was in Detective Atmy's office. Objection! No. Well, even if your fingerprints aren't on that, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Of course it does. What did you say? It's not when I say it, but Adrian Andrew was the person in charge of the as the exposition said. I polished it until it was about to glow. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints from it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it was after that, yesterday at Detective Atmy's agency. Yeah, this blend. Go to 107. I've decided. It's a little too bitter after all. Order. I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and... Wait! There's a moment, there's no need for that. No need, you say? Precisely. I already know, Mr. Finger. I already know that Mr. Wrights are on. What are you saying? Take a good look, everybody. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was the first to create one of myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. Guy is nuttier than a fruitcake. You see, it was me all along. I am the only one and only Mask the Mask. I hope you enjoyed my little performance. I mean, yeah, but how does it get? Well, Mr. Goat, what is Mr. Atmy's condition? He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be. Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I precariously closed this case by searching the young man's record, matching the title of thief. We're right after all. Yeah, I guess Mr. Light really wasn't the thief. Court finds the defendant, Ron Delight. Hold it. You're wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but not right is what I really want to say. Oh no, he's not. This can't be. The thief, the odious thief. It's me. It's him. I'm him. I'm the one you want. I'm the thief, I tell you. So do it. Pronounce me guilty, please. I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but, I mean, true identity of thief has been proven. What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you. This is such a... Why? Don't just stand there drinking coffee. Ah. Hey there, Mr. Thief. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you're really a man, then I'll clean up your own mess. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have what you mean. If you are mask to mask, then prove it. That's what it means. Yes, sir. I'll be happy to. He'll be kind of cute. He's 100% committed. Fancy. Good boy. Remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in life to become a man. Does he? I know that. I won't fail. I swear. Good. Okay then. We're all listening. Oh well. Let's just have a listen to this confession. Mask to Mask's identity. Truth is, I've been Mask to Mask all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm actually not Mask to Mask, can you? I don't have an alibi that night of the urn was stolen after all. I donned my costume that night and danced descendingly upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see the ski in the security photo. As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all. I don't like the direction this trial has taken. This is how every trial goes, at least me, anyway. Ha. You're doing great. Papa, Mr. Joe. You're embarrassing me. He's definitely a peg. He definitely gets pegged. Like I said, you're only going to one chance to testify, but if you make it through this, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Mask to Mask. Thank you so much, Mr. Gato. I'll do my best. Hi, Sensei, I did it. All right, I'm afraid it's time for cross-examination. Mask to Mask's identity. The truth is, I've been Mask to Mask all along. I mean, you can't prove I'm not actually Mask to Mask. Okay, when'd you stop? Wife thinks you're delusional. I haven't told Dizzy yet about my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my reasons. With how decked out your room is, how could you not know about it? Even these have complicated family situations, I suppose. What should I do? It sounds like we're beginning sidetracked here. Press harder. So why were we withholding the truth, wife? Well, first of all, I don't think she'd believe me anyway. And second, if there's one thing, it's criminals. She hates criminals? Why does she hate criminals? Well, Dizzy is crazy about shopping. She's a real shopaholic. But she's the love of my life, Your Honor. I guess you could say I'm Desiaholic. You have a complicated family situation after all. He's just a simp. He's just a simp, Judge. Alright, that's enough. Please continue with testimony, I beg of you. Can't actually prove I'm not the mask. I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know that you're the real Master Mask and not just some obsessed fanboy. Hey now, that's not fair. Why do I have to do all the hard work anyway? Because you're the one making the outrageous claim. For a change. Come on, Nick, you know that Mr. Light couldn't possibly have committed a crime. You're the one with the fancy law degree. It's time to put that to work. I need some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly be the mask. Well, I guess if you had some proof, we would still be here, would we? Anyway, okay. So you got no alibi? I've been a judge, and this is the first time I've ever heard a defendant brag about having no alibi. But I tell you, I was in Lord Taylor. No, that's too vague. Me. To be more precise, I was down in the basement house. Hold on. What is it, Nick? Where was Ron Delight when the crime happened anyway? Prove that he had an alibi. After all, it should be a piece of cake. Ha. Think you can prove that? Wake up and smell the coffee. I hate coffee smell. I actually can't even really smell anyway. But when I can actually smell, I can smell maybe about like 20% of the time. Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence that shows the... At around... Yes, I have evidence. Oh, I'm not surprised. Anger is a refuge of the last refuge of the pathetic. I thought I was more confident and angry. Well then, let's see this evidence already, hey? Mr. Light. This wallet belongs to you, correct? Ah, yes, it does. I lost it somewhere. Right, when did you find a wallet? You reported it to the police right away. No, you don't understand. This is actually an important piece of evidence. Evidence? Mr. Light, when did you first notice your wallet? You missed your wallet? Let's just say it was on the night of the crime. I know I still had it when I went out for dinner. The wallet was found at approximately 1 AM at the KB security headquarters. What? Surely you're not serious. Yes, I am serious. This proves that Delight was in fact at KGB security that night. Why does he want to be arrested so badly? So if the defendant was at KB security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves he has a watertight alibi. Now, furthermore, considering the distance between Lordly Taylor and KB security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car, according to Larry anyway. And Larry's a pretty unsafe driver, going like 7 times the speed limit. He's killed like 6 children. Well, Mr. Godot, have you had anything to say? Stop drinking that coffee! Oh, come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong. You're the only one who calls me Mr. Thief. So, alright, I'll try. I'll try and I will. He's really got Delight worked up. Like a kid at his first day of school. Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was not at the heights. Planted there? You're really reaching now, Mr. Delight. Probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use something like this, didn't you? Keycard to KB Security's CEO office. No! Ha! That was a pretty good try, Mr. Wright. Unfortunately, I've overlooked one small detail. What's that? Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyway? Oh my god, this kid is very stupid. How old is this dude anyway? 23. He's 23. Now then, let's see your evidence. Oh, wrong button. And bring $50,000. Mr. Light, I believe you've seen this before, correct? Ah, that's what's it? A blackmail letter. What it looks like from the contents, anyway. What, blackmail? Yes, basically it says bring $50,000. Does sound like a blackmail, alright. And at the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself in KB Security CEO office, a full hour and a half away from the scene of the crime. Ugh. No. Man, his poor mouth. This man has drunk like 6 cups of coffee throughout this trial. His heart rate must already be like through the goddamn roof. When the thief of the theft of the owner curb, the defendant was at KB Security. It looks like the perfect defense to the case. May have seen it as perfect case, Judge, but to me, well, let's just say that my good old blend 107 impresses me a lot more. What are you trying to say? Are you saying that the thief was blackmailed by the CEO of a security company? But did you actually investigate this CEO at all? Well, no. I guess not. Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof, Point. You claim that this defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim. Nick, I'm gonna have to track down this. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Who is this useless-looking young man? You don't remember him, Your Honor? Not exactly. But looking at his picture makes the bile start to... Poor Larry Butts. Just give me a moment. One moment. Sound just kind of stops every now and then. Output. That's so. But. Okay, it looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. Not working. That is actually still working. Give me one moment, please. Capture. There we go. Anyway, this man was working as a guard the night at KB Security that night. Oh? Question at hand is this key card. Yep, that's the key card they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this is one for the CEO's office. You need to get into that room, and every time you use the card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. Okay, there we go. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. You should be able to discover everything by analyzing this keycard's data. Blah! Blah! I love how overly dramatic this man is. Okay. Well, Mr. Godot, the name of the CEO's KB series is Kane Bullard. Unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data here. So what does it show? Each keycard has its own unique serial number, and leaves a detailed record of their use. According to this data, the card was used at 1 AM in the morning of the crime. That means it can't be Mr. Light dressed as that. Ha! It looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew up a good cup of joe. So then... Nope. Not letting us off that easily. Certainly, in the office of the KB Security CEO at the time, the prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Okay. Therefore, it is impossible for the defendant to be Master Mass. Good job, you did it, Nick. I came precariously close to besmirching the record of this innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief. Said that already. What's wrong with Your Honor? I'm ready to pass judgment. But before that, do you have any further objections? No, Your Honor. Very well. Courtroom finds the defendant Ron Delight not guilty. Yay! Court is now adjourned. October 13th, 2:24 PM, District Court, Defendant's Lobby number 4. Nick, you did it. You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy! Oh, Miss Delight. I knew you could do it. I believed you all along, Mr. Nick. I don't know how I can ever repay you. Aw, shucks. Thanks, Delight. I just know I'm blushing. Congratulations, Mr. Nick. Oh, Pearls. I've gotten a bad feeling about this. Who is this woman? Oh, she's nobody. She's just, You're blushing. How dare you do that in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself. Ow. She slapped me. Children can slap hard. Woman is Mrs. Desire Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick. Yes? You're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client? No, you got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Ow. A double slap. Pearls use double slap. It's super effective. Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right? We've got a sacred urn back, and the thief has been caught. You're so right, and all thanks to Nicky Boy here. But it was actually you, Mr. Light, that brought us that back our urn. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This doesn't seem like it's gonna be over, though. If we won the case, then why does this guy still look so glum? Ugh. But I am the thief. I actually want to fight now. What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. I know that, and I appreciate the desire, but the thing is... Come on. The kid some time. You just got a little touched from the blue. About feeling blue, right, amigo? What are you doing here? Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Wright. He looks so evil. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy. Well, playtime's over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Connor Bullard was discovered. Oh. Connor Bullard? Where have I heard that name before? Isn't that CEO of KB Security? Wait, Mr. Body? The estimated time of death is 1 AM on... That's right. I mean, at the same time that cheap little urn was being stolen, CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what do you... Oh, come on. You figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about the piece of info I helped you out with today? Oh, he knew. On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron DeLight was in the CEO's office, scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbued with utter rage. What are you saying? Imbued with rage? Oh, come on. Don't tell me you didn't know. Ron DeLight was once an employee. He was a professional security guard. An employee of KB's... Well, yeah, we know he was an employee. Looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted of thief is gonna be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi. No way. He can't be the thief because he's the murderer. He was at the murder. No, that's a lie. Can't be true. Oh, but I'm a thief, I tell you. Ron DeLight, gonna be back into prison. You're going back to prison again. This time, charge is much more serious. This time, you'll be tried for murder. This is impossible. I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Wright. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from another challenge. You've never been a coward. Is there something personal between you two? He can spill his coffee. He spills his coffee on Phoenix a lot. If you know what I mean. It's nice, creamy coffee. I've been to hell from the depth. I'm returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least, let me have some fun, man. Guy, the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. Well then, time to say goodbye, Mr. Light. Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Hey, Ronnie! Yep, we're still, well, arrested for murder. On the very same day, he's been declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's gonna happen next? Alright, 80 minutes? I think it's always fun to start from the very beginning on each of these, so I will probably call it here. A nice short stream. But we had a bit of fun. So I would just like to say thank you everybody who tuned into the stream, past, present, and future. If you all enjoyed the stream, don't forget to subscribe or even follow me on Twitch or give me a follow anywhere else that I have social media. And I hope you all have a lovely, lovely day. And as always, Mata Chasta and stay toasty.